AITA for getting engaged months after my daughter's death. 7 months ago my 27 meters daughter, 7F, died from a tumor. It was incredibly hard on me and my ex-wife, 29F. She has had a drinking problem. I don't know her current state. Most of the time she was in the hospital, she was at the bar a few blocks down. My girlfriend, Brandy, 28F, was there for me the whole time and was one of the people that helped me get through it. After my daughter died and seeing how Brandy supported me, I decided that she was the person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with. And a couple nights ago I proposed to her and she said yes. She made a post on her Instagram and my ex-wife saw it. She sent me an angry voicemail saying, "What's wrong with you? Getting married not even a year after my daughter dies. You probably didn't care about her. You can say how much this is affecting you, but all you care about is yourself and that whore. You can both go to hell." Obviously I was upset and I texted her back, "Your daughter? She didn't feel like your daughter when you were drinking yourself to sleep every night." While I was by her side trying to convince her and myself that everything would be alright. She didn't feel like your daughter when you were at the bar, and I had to comfort her before and after every single operation. She didn't feel like your daughter every time I had to pick her up from your house after you left her alone and got another DUI. And for the record, that whore took better care of her in the 4 years she was in her life than you ever could, drunk or sober. This morning I woke up to a bunch of calls and texts from her friends and family saying that she was just dealing with it her way and it was just too painful for her to be in the hospital with her, and agreeing that I should have gotten engaged so soon afterwards. I talked to my parents about it and they said that I was an asshole for saying that stuff to her. And I have to understand that it's hard to see me in such a good place after Skylar's death, our daughter. And I should also take into consideration her alcoholism and that she could be jealous of Brandy 'cause she didn't get a real wedding. We only got married 'cause she was pregnant and it was quick at City Hall. And to consider apologizing to her. I don't think I did anything wrong. Everything I said was true. She was barely with her. But I'm not sure. AITA? NTA, your ex-wife decided to share with you how she really feel. You took it as an opportunity to share with her how you really feel. Both of you harbor negative feelings and resentment. There's no reason for you to hold back on sharing when she doesn't. Her friends and family are entitled to their opinion, but are assholes for sharing with you. Your parents are entitled to their opinion, and you asked them to share it, so they are fine. But honestly, the only important opinion here is yours. There's no reason to give your ex-wife an insincere apology, and it's likely that not apologizing at all will actually be more helpful to her, since it allows her to more easily demonize you. NTA for getting engaged. There is nothing wrong with that. You had been with Brandy for 4 years. It is not as if you were with her, dumped her right after your daughter's death, and then got engaged to someone else within a matter of months. You did nothing wrong there. Maybe you were a bit of an a-hole in your response to her, but it sounds like everything you said was factually correct. So I personally would still say NTA. I'm so sorry for your loss. AITA. Were you harsh? Yes. But her alcoholism doesn't give her the right to just ignore her child as she dies. Is it hard to see your child like that? HLL. Yes. She should have sucked it up and been there for her child. Her family should be helping her with the alcohol problem. You're allowed to continue your life and mourn on your schedule. I think your ex-wife is grieving very badly, unfortunately. But you are not the AH. You are doing something that is making you happy, and there is nothing bad about it. It's not like you are adopting a child less than 1 year after. Definitely not the AH. I think from your ex's perspective, she might think you aren't upset anymore about your daughter having passed. And because women grieve children so strongly, it can feel hurtful if you think you're grieving more than the other parent. Definitely not the AH. Your ex probably needs to see a psychologist about loss. NTA losing a child is hard, and every person grieves in their own time. You do not say how long or when ex started drinking. Was this drinking part of why she is an ex, or did the drinking start after your child was sick? Either way, if she wasn't there, she was a sorry excuse for a mother. NTA. All I needed to know was getting married to her after my daughter dies. She realizes the kid was your daughter too, right? And it sounds like you were there by her side more than she was. At any rate, if you feel ready to move on, then you can. It's not up to her. My condolences too. That really sucks. NTA. Your life doesn't stop just because something tragic happened. You still need to continue living. It's not like you proposed at your daughter's funeral or something. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm glad that your new fiancé was there to support you through difficult times. NTA for getting engaged. YTA for the response, you took it too far. NTA. Reading the post, you've been with your fiancé almost 5 years, so it not out of thin air. Also, her alcoholism doesn't excuse anything. Especially when it started before her illness apparently. She can be angry, sure. But her problems were there before. Also, it sounds like you have that bottle up for a long time. NTA. How long are you expected to wait? It sounds like your daughter liked your girlfriend. So do you think she would be happy you were getting married? As for your ex, you also lost your daughter. So it wasn't right for her to come at you like that. People cannot use grief as an excuse to rip someone up. She is jealous. It's as simple as that. You deserve happiness. So I think you're doing the right thing. Sorry for your loss. But congratulations on your engagement. So sorry about your loss and what you went through. Staying away from life won't help anyhow. Go and organize your life your way. After you've been gone through, you deserve something good. NTA. Let's stop doing things like taking alcoholism as an excuse for her behavior. Insane that they used that to try and guilt you. Those words were harsh, but honestly, how dare she extract any more happiness from you? Don't give her the satisfaction. I say block and move on. Keep contact with those who only look to add positivity in your life after such a traumatic event. NTA. She started it by calling your fiancé a whore and saying you can both go to hell. I'm very sorry for your loss. But you should be able to get on with your life. What your ex-wife thinks about it is not your problem. NTA. Please accept my condolences. No parent expects to outlive their children. And no, I don't think it's too soon. Now, if it was a life partner that passed away, then it could be objectionable. But your daughter is at peace and pain-free. And I am sure she would want you to be happy. Your ex needs counseling. And too many people are enabling her behavior. Yes, people handle grief differently. But your ex wasn't even there while your daughter was still living. A good way to celebrate your daughter's life and your new life would be to get married on her birthday. Some may find that tacky or tasteless, but I think it's a way to celebrate your new beginning and a life celebration for your daughter. Only if your fiancé approves though. Everyone sucks here. Losing a child is a horrible thing to have in common. But you and your ex have no reason to interact at this point, and especially not in that way. She reached out just to personally attack you and your girlfriend. And you decided it was necessary to retaliate with nasty insults of your own. You both are assholes. As for your engagement, if you think you are ready, then you're ready. I will say, if a friend of mine got engaged to a man 7 months after the death of his child, I would find it both Odd and a little distasteful, especially if she were celebrating on social media, regardless of how long they had been dating. It smacks a little of, all prior impediments have been removed now so we can get on with our own family. It's really annoying to have a title that asks one question, as if we're supposed to judge that alone and ignore all the other related asshole behavior. I think if everyone around who knows this situation in real life, even your own parents, is saying, "You went too far. Maybe you went too far. Esh. NTA, you were a good father at a horrific time and your current partner was an amazing support. That enough makes you NTA, but your ex-wife being a drunk makes it the case 100 times over. I'm so sorry for your loss. NTA. Your days of catering to an alcoholic are done. I'm guessing your ex's friends have gotten a one-sided story. You have no reason to stay in touch with ex at all. Wishing you and your fiancé all the joys life can offer. NTA. She is accusing you of not caring. Yet she wasn't there for your daughter when she was alive. It's scary having a child in hospital. I get it. But you still need to be there for them. Alcoholism isn't an excuse. NTA, your ex's priority was that she's a drunk before she's a mom. She's still not reflecting on her wrongs even after the death of your daughter. She have zero awareness of what's going on in real life and her head is so far up the rear end that she's living in a bubble of drunk anyone can ever imagine. That also does not mean you have to dance to her tunes nor even take her situation into consideration. Find your happiness at your own terms. Proposing any later won't bring your daughter back. It also does not mean you don't value your late daughter if you didn't wait cause your abusive ex will just use the same excuse if you waited 1 or 2 years, since that's all she's good at. If anything, if your ex acted like a real mother and was there for her, your late daughter might have had better chances. If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.